Hey guys, and welcome to another one of these Dortmund Career Mode episodes. So welcome to part 2 of the January transfer window, and today we're going to start off in the transfer window before we go into this first game of today's episode. First of all, I've actually played one game off camera, and I went into a game against Ingolstadt, won the game 2-0 in the snow. I'll just quickly show you a few highlights here. As you can see, first of all, Yaya Toure got the first goal with an amazing free kick, and the second goal came from the same man. But we had so many chances, and we could have won by maybe 4 or 5 goals. Seriously, that's how good we were in that game. And before we get cracking with today's episode, if you guys could smash a like on the video, that would be absolutely incredible. And this weekend will be the start of my new series, which I talked about a few weeks ago on a different video. That'll be starting on Sunday, so look forward to that. If you guys again can smash 1,000 likes on this episode for another episode of the series today, that'd be absolutely incredible. So basically, I've gone ahead and emailed a few other players, or tried to go for a few other players, and this is what came back. So first of all, a transfer offer here for our defender Socrates, coming from AC Milan, and they say he's worth between 24 and 30 million pounds. And you got to remember that 85 rated is one of the best centre backs on the game. But again, as someone's already leaving, he's not going anywhere. But this is a joke. Gundogan's worth 20 million pounds. Valencia coming with 12.5. So again, that's an insult. So that's never going to happen. So there we go. And also got the final offer here for Nuri Sahin. This is the offer I wanted to talk about because it comes from Liverpool. They've offered 13 million pounds. And I'm going to go ahead and counter for 16 million pounds. And that's probably the lowest I'll go with that one. And also made an offer for James Rodriguez. So obviously a player that's one of the best players on career mode. And also he said that he wants to leave Real Madrid. So I thought this may be an opportunity. I went in with Yaya Toure plus £0 and came back with 97 million. So I'm a bit off, but I maybe could go with that. Of course, look at that. How am I going to find the money for that? So we'll just find out if it happens. If he actually wants to properly leave the club, I'll probably go ahead and try and sign him. But the more realistic one here is for Stefan Ashawari. So they've come back and said they're interested in Mkhitaryan, but they want £5.5 million. So I might go for that later on in the window. And of course, last episode's main question was, do I go with Herman the German, or do I go with Conor Pianka? And I've had a second thought about it, and I thought that I'm now playing a more narrow formation, so maybe it's not the best opportunity now to go for a new winger, as obviously Marco Reus is back in the team. But if I do need one, I'll probably go for him. But for now, I think the team's pretty good, and maybe if I can sell Yaya Toure, the only player I want in his return is, of course, James Rodriguez. I respect that Liverpool. They've come back and said they will go ahead with the £16 million. And there we go. So we could be nearly getting £20 million for a player that's barely played. So I'll take that. Easy as that, guys. So he's now gone off to Liverpool. Second offer here for again for Socrates. And again, didn't Chelsea offer before? I'm not even sure. But we'll go ahead this time. Why don't we just counter? We'll go ahead and counter for £43 million. Right, this is interesting. So I came back to Chelsea with a counter offer of 43 million pounds. And they've come back and said they will go ahead with £35 million. That is interesting. That is actually really interesting. But again, is there any other centre backs I really want? I don't know. Maybe Otamendi could be one, but it's not really that realistic. Or do I go for a Chelsea centre back in return? And I don't know if it's worth it, because if I do that, I'll have £63 million. This is so tough. This is actually so tough. Socrates is amazing. I don't know if I can sell him. For now, I'm going to stall it, but I'll come back to that because they'll leave me with nearly £65 million. We now got a game against Mainz. I'm going to sim this game because I want to get another big game in today's episode. I think you guys will find out later on. So we're going to go into this away game. I'm just praying to God because we don't need to lose points at this stage of the season. So we need a win from this game. So we're going to just watch the whole thing. Let's see how we do. And it should be a routine win, hopefully, because we're in such good form at the moment after that win. So far it's 0-0. So I'm actually going to cinch in the game. And we do get the win. So Aubameyang misses a penalty. Then we're substituted. And Mobile comes on and show him how it's done. So we go away with a 1-goal lead. And so far we haven't really scored too many goals since this slump in form. But we're winning games. I'm going to leave that. And I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm going to go ahead and reject the offer for Socrates. Yes, a lot of money. But I need centre-backs. I need Hummels and Socrates in the season. So that's going to not happen. So obviously that's not going to happen either. But El Shaarawy, I'm not too sure, because is he really good enough for this team? So 82 rated, 24 years old. But again, it comes back to the debate we had at the start of the episode. Do I need a left winger or a right winger? I need central players. And I think the only one who's capable of maybe making a difference is, I think, Herman, because if I use him, I'll probably play him out on the wing and go back to a 2-3-1 formation. But again, I'm not sure if it's worth it. Right, guys, time now for transfer deadline day, the final day of the transfer window. I've had a look at all the comments in the last episode of the series, and I think you guys agree with me that it's better to go for a centre attacking midfielder, so that's what I'm going to try and go with. First of all, I made an offer for Koke, and they accepted an offer of £24 million. But if I do want to sign him, I'm probably going to go, or actually I'm going to go ahead and sell Ander Herrera, because I don't need both of them, and right now I can't afford him. So we'll go ahead. Can I adjust it maybe? So we'll just go ahead with 4 years, or 3 years, and he'll be an important first team player. And yes, I can automatically change it. But I was also going to go for Gertzer again, but it's enough time to maybe negotiate contracts again, and you can see I'm not really interested in the player. And bingo, there's the offer for Ander Herrera. So it's come from Arsenal, another Premier League team. They've offered £11 million, and he's worth 16. So it's a good offer, but I'm going to go ahead and counter for £14 million. So just so I can get as much money as possible. And we're nearly stacking £40 million. So we could even go for a bigger player. And another player that's not really impressed me. He impressed me so much in pre-season and at the start of the season. But since then, he's just barely played and he's barely done anything. It's obviously Ciro Immobile. So it comes from Southampton. Well, yes, we'll go ahead with 30 million counter, and let's just see what they say. But some great news on deadline day, as Koke has accepted the contract, and we can go ahead and accept him, but that leaves me with nothing and £2.5 million to spend. So I'm going to leave it for a few more hours just to see what happens with some of the other players. Because if I maybe sell Immobile, I could go for even James Rodriguez, because I could have a lot of money left over. Okay, back to the Immobile deal, and basically Everton have come back and said they will offer £24 million. So I'm actually really tempted to take that. So I've also got Southampton. Again, that's not going to happen. They won't go over 23.5 million, so we're going to reject the offer. But second of all, here's for Ander Herrera. I've decided I'm not going to sell him. He's worth keeping for that kind of money, so I'll keep him at the club for now. And finally for Subotic, and he's the only backup player I have in centre-back, so I'm going to keep him as well. But this is the main question. Immobile stays at Dortmund, or does he go to Everton? And it's a massive question. Like £24 million, do I have enough to spend it? I think I do. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to accept it. So there we go, guys. Immobile is going to Everton, which now means we'll have easily enough money to sign Koke if we go to contract accepted. And now we've got ourselves our first big signing of the transfer window. And then we can wait for the money to come in for Immobile, and we could even buy ourselves a backup striker. But basically, Koke, welcome to the team. A massive signing for the club. Right, guys, I've had to think about it, and I've had a look at a few backup strikers, but I'm not sure any of them really going to fit into the team. So I'm going to go back to what I started off today's episode looking at, and that's going to be Herman the German. And we're going to go ahead and offer what he wants, 130,000 a week. 3 years, and I'm not sure about crucial first team players, so I'll leave it as do not specify. And he could be the final player at the transfer window. And it's something different. We need that winger still in this team. And as easy as that, guys. So Herman is going to join the club. Yes, it's a massive wage, but whatever. Because Mkhitaryan is going off the Borussia Mönchengladbach. Hopefully he does well there, because he's been a great player to this team. But Herman, welcome to Dortmund. That is going to be our final signing of the transfer window. And we're still left with £22 million. So I'm not going to go for any more players, but I don't even need anything. But Herman fits in perfectly, and he'll probably start on the bench, and then he'll, depends if what formation we go with for those big Champions League games. For now, start on the bench, and that is looking like a solid team. So a solid defence, solid midfield, and it's now time for Bayern Munich for the first game with these new signings. This is a massive game, so this is how we're going to line up, because it's so tough now. And I think Herman's already grown. He's been here 2 days, and he's already grown, so that is fantastic. So we've got so many players to use in this team. So we'll put in Bender. Actually, no, we won't. But that's look at the team. It's incredible. So Gundogan, I think for now, somehow is a bench player. So we'll take him up for Herrera. And I think that's how we're going to start with. The midfield is the main problem. Who do I start with? So I think we're going to go Gundogan instead of Halilovic. I think that's how you pronounce it now. So we'll go with that. And hopefully it's enough to compete with Bayern Munich. Right, here we go, guys. Time for the first game. A massive game in today's episode. So it's now time for Dortmund Bayern. A huge game as well. So let's hopefully get this win. So, of course, Marco Reus is now back. He's fully fit as well, so it should be good enough. And Koke is in his first game for the new club. We've also got Herman the German on the bench. So it's going to be incredible. This season, we're going to try and win as much as possible. That's good. And there's so much space. Gundogan nearly in, but Neuer just comes out like a flash. Oh, Muller's on the ball now. Cuts back inside, finds the ball through. It's Ozil, and Ozil scores the first goal. 16 minutes in, they find an easy spot through my defence, and it's a debutant Mesut Ozil who scores it. Koke does so well, and he gets the ball through to Aubameyang. Must score this one, and he does. Aubameyang has scored it. Koke with his first assist. Anything Ozil can do, Koke can do better. We've got to watch out for that middle ball. Look at that, just easy into Ozil. Neves has to stay on Ozil. He is the main man to watch. He goes with a skill pass. How it goes now to Rafinha. Oh my god, how do they keep this ball? Look at it. It's glued to his foot. Ball into the middle, but easy enough for Berkey. But my god. Koke finds space. Right, can he now get the ball out? It's a great ball out to Toure. Toure beats his man Alaba. Can he cut back inside? He does well. Ball now into Marco Reus, but it's saved by Neuer. But it's so close to that goal, and it's so tight as well. Like, this game could go either way, and it's just amazing that we're able to compete with this amazing Bayern Munich team. That's great. Aubameyang cuts back inside. Aubameyang must score. It falls here to Gundogan, but he can't score. It's Hummels. What's Hummels doing that far up? Like, we're playing Bayern Munich. We're not playing a bottom of the league team. Right, 10 minutes to go here. Vidal's going to knock in the ball. Goes back post. Oh my god. How have they not scored that? Like, I thought he was going to give away a penalty or something, the referee, but I don't know how we have not conceded a goal there. We're Bayern on the front foot here. Ball through to Lewandowski. And he's still going to get there, but it's just wide of the post. Last minute chance there for Lewandowski, the man who's come back to Dortmund. Still has the ball. Ball goes into middle yet again, but that's Socrates. And I think that's going to be the game over. So is it going to go? So there we go, guys. The whistle has gone for the final game of the episodes. And we did so well in the game. Like, we could have easily won the game. But if Lewandowski put that chance away, we could have had it snatched away from us. I'm so happy with the new signings. Koke got an assist. Herman got his first. Well, he had about 10 minutes. And he didn't even touch the ball. But it's still good to have these great new signings. But that is going to be the end of today's episode. If you guys do want to see a second upload of the day, remember to smash a like on the video. But thanks for watching. And I'll see you for the next one.